Hey guys, how's it going? It's me, Ritchie Plunkett from the Puppet Geek, and today guys we're checking out Samurai Warriors 4. Now this is obviously the sequel to Samurai Warriors 3. If you've played it, it's a great game. Your typical hack and slash game. Now, of course, Samurai Warriors 4, exactly the same, just, you know, slightly different story. And slightly a bit more interesting, I found, with a few more features into the game, like co-op and, you know, creator mode, which is also fun, which we'll check out soon. Now, you've got 13 chapters, you know, which you unlock, and within those chapters you've got like your sort of like submissions, or, you know, battles that you go through. You know, so you got heaps and heaps of gameplay, or hours of gameplay in here, heaps of battles to play through. And I found them quite fun. Now the thing is, if you don't like hack and slash games, then you won't like, you know, Samurai Warriors at all. You know, even Destiny Warriors, which is, you know, this is sort of like, you know, the brother of, because, you know, these games is just a typical, like, you know, a few buttons, you just smash them. You can use combos as well, which are great to sort of enhance your characters. But the one thing which sort of stands out the most, as you can see here, is the cutscenes. The cutscenes look amazing, and that sort of adds to a bit to the story as well, which does help the story, you know, flow on a bit. I mean, they're not. I mean, the cutscenes look amazing, but the story-wise, it's a bit meh. Like, it's all in Japanese as well. So, you know, if you're not a big fan of reading subtitles, again, one thing which might set you off. But I actually really enjoyed it. I love seeing it in its authentic sort of way, rather than having it dubbed, because when it's dubbed, it just doesn't work sometimes, especially with the expressions and all. This is just the beginning of the game. As we play through, it's sort of just going through the story, and this is what you do right here, where you can actually decide, make decisions and everything. This is where we're really just listening to, you know, people just talk, really. And it usually just involves me just hitting X 100 times just to quickly process it. But if you really want to, you know, listen to the story, go ahead, read it. You know, it's slightly compelling to understand what's happening with the battles, and you've got all these masters and everything trying to, like, you know, organize, like, it's sort of like politics in a way. But into the gameplay, as you can see, hundreds of foot soldiers, which are just easy to sort of go through. I recommend, if you do get this game, playing it on hard at least, because even playing it on normal, you could walk through these enemies and sometimes they don't even hit you. So playing it on hard was a lot better, I found, at least. And the other thing is, when you do come up to, like, as you can see in the back there, the barracks captains, or the bosses, the boss battles, they're a little bit harder to actually beat, because they actually defend themselves, whereas these foot soldiers, nothing. Again, you're sort of introduced into the map system. If you play Destiny Warriors or any type or similar to these games, you will know that I found, like, it's sort of just like this beeping sound, like, as you can see in the top right corner, there's exclamation marks. It's just like, yep, just go here, go to this target. It doesn't really, I mean, who has time to read all that, what's happening on the screen, to why you're, you know, hacking and slashing? Usually I just follow the arrows. You just got to kill a few people. You got to make sure, basically, the enemy doesn't progress through, killing the banner flaggers, I think that's what they're called, or the flaggers or something like that, you know. And as they progress, more red parts, they take over. So, you know, there's some parts you can go to, but really, if you just go to the main bosses, it's pretty much done. Now, one thing I really enjoyed about Samurai Warriors 4 is the co-op. Now, I mean, I just had a lot more fun playing co-op. I mean, I don't know if it was just because I had someone there with me and we're just like, oh my god, like, you know, like, have you seen this? Like, just, I mean, you're working together or you're working separately, and just, like, sort of, like, you know, taunting each other as well. Because it's crazy gameplay. But the one thing you would notice when playing co-op, the graphics do take a dramatic hit to it. I mean, it's not that much of a big difference, but it's subtle. It's there. You can sort of see it's not as sort of crisp in a way, but other than that, it's a great game. I recommend checking it out, renting it, doing whatever. But if you want, you can check out my full review on my website. I'll put a link down below where you can check it out. And hopefully, guys, I'll see you guys in the next one.